Hello and welcome to Crypto News. I know it's been a while since I've done a news video, so today I really want to focus on one specific article which I want to give you my personal opinion on, which I hope you'll find interesting as well. You probably have heard of it, you probably have not heard of it. This was posted 5 hours ago on Cointelegraph, so I really want to kind of break this down and give you my thoughts on it, because I do find this kind of FUD annoying at some point, right? And I'm sure you do too. You probably feel the same. You're probably fed up with all the crap that's going on in the crypto space and the FUD in order to drive the price down overall, not only for Bitcoin, but maybe for specific currencies which belong to certain countries in a sense, right? Not necessarily as in belong to that country, but where the teams are based, right? So for example, in the case of this article, we're talking about the Indian crypto ban, which is a topic that has been discussed for quite some time and has been brought back to life. And you know, it's that kind of FUD that's never going away, right? No matter what you do, no matter when, how bullish you become on crypto and you think that, okay, the FUD is gone, there's always going to be some article because of some rich person who's got some kind of hidden agenda and are trying to drive the price down as always. And not only news, right? I'm also going to be talking about a couple of projects, and that is Phantasma. I know I haven't been speaking about them for quite some time. In this video, I actually want to cover some important updates from them, and also Compound, which is a really hot cryptocurrency. And when I say hot, it's because of what's going on with it, the actual base of this cryptocurrency, the team behind them, and also why it's being so talked about at the moment, and simply because of a specific hype, which you probably know about, but maybe you don't and you're interested to find out more. So let's get straight into this here. Now, the chances of an Indian crypto ban are low compared to 2019, says Crypto Veteran. So this is about a CEO of CoinSwitch who shares some information to Cointelegraph in an interview about a circulating note for interministerial consultations of cryptocurrency regulations, which spurred panic within the crypto community. And this is a recent note that has spurred panic. So just from this alone, you're thinking, wait a second, but weren't they really bullish back in March on cryptocurrency? So why would they all of a sudden cause FUD with a note? Isn't that kind of suspicious? I mean, doesn't that ring a bell? And this is how you realize that this kind of FUD is usually paid. Somebody has some kind of interest somewhere. And what impact could this have? Well, not only an impact on Bitcoin itself, because India is a big country when it comes to crypto too, but the actual Indian cryptocurrency. So we're talking about WazirX here, which is the biggest cryptocurrency exchange in India, which are backed by Binance. In case you don't already know, I've done various videos talking about WazirX. I've also done a dedicated review talking about WazirX. I do think they have great potential simply because they're backed by Binance. If it wasn't for that, I'd probably say 50-50. I'd probably say they're just another cryptocurrency exchange. But for me, anything that has something to do with Binance, either you like them or hate them, it's bullish, right? It's gonna bring gains. It's as simple as that. This is the way I say it. This is my personal opinion. Again, you can believe whatever you want. You've got your personal opinion, but this is my opinion. And I do think that they have a great potential simply because they're backed by Binance. They've got funding. They're not gonna go away anytime soon unless you have a total crypto ban on crypto, or a total crypto ban in India, right? And this is a possibility, but again, with this news, we're kind of clarifying that is not the case, right? So again, some FUD was generated by circulating a note, right? And then we're going back to March, and this is where things get cleared out, is the reversal of the Royal Bank of India's banking ban, right, by the Supreme Court, which followed the clarification that financial institutions were no longer prohibited from providing services to crypto-related entities. And that shows a change in the way the cryptos are perceived in India, right? This was highlighted in this article. So just to talk about this again, right now the proposed draft bill has a low probability of passing. There are smart people in the government who would take the right steps forward rather than just banning cryptos altogether, right? Of course, regulations are important, right? Because you don't want things to go crazy, but too much regulation always hurts, right? So I'm just going to reiterate this again. These are stuff that you probably already know if you've been in the crypto space for some time. But it's just to kind of bring this back again. It's really, really annoying, and I just wanted to share my opinion on this, that it is FUD. Somebody had something to gain. I'm pretty sure of that. Otherwise, why else would they do that? You got to keep in mind that these countries are corrupt, right? There is a lot of corruption in India. as there is in Eastern Europe, for example, and in other countries, right, in Asia and so on. So in many of these countries where the economy is poorer, right, even if the economy as per se is doing well, the salaries are pretty crap, right? So it's very easy to pay somebody to do something, right, to post a specific article and basically generate some kind of FUD in your own interest. And maybe not necessarily one person could have done it, but a multiple number of people, just for their own gains, for their own interest, right? Maybe they had invested heavily in WazirX, right? This is just an example, and they wanted the price to dump, or sorry, no, they invested heavily, they maybe sold, and now they wanted to buy back cheaper because the price just doesn't seem to go down, right? It's been holding quite well around the 12 cents region. And not only WazirX, but this can also affect projects like Matic Network, right, which are building that layer 2 on Ethereum. So yeah, this is pretty much it with this specific article that I wanted to cover and kind of give you my thought on it. Don't take these kind of FUDs too seriously. And again, the Bitcoin price didn't crash after this article. And this was great because this shows you that the community has now learned. The community is not taking these things seriously. They're like, duh, I mean, this is just like crap, you know, people are just trying to FUD us. We're not buying this anymore, right? No matter what you say. So this is great, right? That we're seeing the community stand together, and actually bullish news is what's driving the price up now, rather than this bearish news trying to drive the price down. But let's talk about the next topic here, and that is Phantasma. Now I know I haven't covered Phantasma in quite some time. Just to reiterate for the person that's watching this and does not know what Phantasma is a project that started off as an ICO, an initial coin offering on the Neo blockchain. They've later migrated to their own blockchain, but also kept the token on the Neo blockchain. So the original token, Sol, which is an NEP5 token, that is a token on the Neo blockchain, is still there. It still exists and is tradable on exchanges. But their mainnet coin, which is the Sol coin on their own blockchain, is not tradable on any exchanges yet, right? So you do need to swap in and out. And again, it is possible to swap in and out of their coin to the Neo token, and soon they are going to deploy an ERC20 token version of their of this specific token of Sol. So that means that you'll be able to swap in and out of the Phantasma Chain coin called Sol over to Ethereum and also over to Neo. So you can swap in between all of these three. This is great, and apparently there's a fourth as well, but we don't know which that is. Some people in the community do, but obviously this cannot be disclosed yet until it's officially mentioned on Twitter. And what is the reason I really want to talk about them? I know I used to talk about them quite a lot. I used to be part of the ambassador team and I used to talk about them a lot, but there had been some negativity, let's say, in the community, and also the lack of marketing, which in my opinion has hurt them a lot. So because of that, people have left the project, but then they've really delivered, and this made me very bullish on this company once again, that they can actually deliver. They didn't make a lot of promises, but they have been slow at delivering, and now I can understand why they have been slow. They have been slow because they didn't have that many developers in the team at the time. They were struggling with the bear market as many other cryptocurrency projects, but it's great because they have finally delivered something big. And we're going to start off with this specific article here. This tells it everything, but again, there are many more things coming as well with regards to gaming. But as you can see, they have started focusing a lot on gaming because this works out really well for them. So actually what they did is they've integrated Phantasma into Steam. And as you know, if you're a gamer, you know about Steam already, right? If you're not a gamer, do check up on Steam, but you've probably heard about them already. So they've got what is called Pavilion, which is actually like a marketplace where you can get all these kind of information on all these NFTs, non-fungible tokens, anything related to gaming, right? They're integrating Pavilion, which already is linked to the Phantasma wallet and to the Phantasma blockchain, to Steam. So that is great because that means that any games, and again, one of the games that they're going to be launching pretty soon, you can actually play this game already in testing mode. It's called 22RS. It's a racing game. It looks really awesome. If you actually check this article, I'm not going to open it in this specific video because this isn't supposed to be a dedicated video for Phantasma Chain, but more just to kind of give them a shout out and to let you know they're out there and they're delivering. So basically, if you go to this article and you do a bit more digging into 22RS, maybe if you join their Telegram page, you can get information on the actual game. It is an awesome game. I know that till now Engine have been the ones that have been developing all these, not developing themselves, but integrating all these cool games from the gaming developer community. but now Phantasma are attracting more and more. And actually I'm on in their Telegram page now, and I always see all these different small gaming companies trying to reach out to them and trying to develop something, right? So that is great stuff because we're seeing progress. This is really important here, and I think that they've made the step in the right direction with this integration here. So this is something to check out. The fact that you can actually generate tokens for free by staking SOL. Now this has been a topic that has been discussed many times. I've done interviews with the marketing guy from their team who's called Lee Kai. You can actually see him here. This is his Twitter page if you want to check it out. But actually what they did is they've integrated. So basically, if you're staking the SOL coin on their blockchain, you're generating what is known as the fuel token called KCAL. Now, KCAL is a token on their own blockchain, but what they're going to be doing pretty soon, apart from the Ethereum integration, they're also going to generate or create an NEP5 version of KCAL, which means it's going to be on the Neo blockchain. So there's going to be this interoperability between blockchains, as you can see here. And this gives a lot of flexibility because this not only removes that limit that we're seeing with many cryptocurrency projects, but it also allows them to be listed on multiple exchanges. So for example, Switcho, which is a hybrid exchange, can list any NEP5 token, any ERC20 token. They're very likely going to list SOL as an ERC20 and KCAL when it gets deployed as an NEP5. So that means that when you stake SOL, not only can you be receiving SOL tokens or SOL coins every month for being a SOL master, assuming that you're staking 50,000. Again, I have done this in a specific video where I spoke about SOL masters and how you can become one. You do need to hold 50,000 of their coins, but assuming you don't have 50,000 and you have less, you will still generate KCAL every 24 hours, which is that fuel token. It can be used for buying gaming products, right? So anything related with games. At the moment with 22 hours gaming, you can buy, I believe it's a license that you can get with KCAL, but they're pretty soon going to offer other things with KCAL. So you'll be able to get maybe car parts, I don't know, maybe even vehicles at some point, right? So it is quite new. It is something that they're looking at different options of what they could integrate it with, but gaming is the main purpose for it. So that is very, very bullish, right? Because of this interoperability, it's given us a lot of flexibility, and people are just working hard trying to develop, right? Day in and day out. That's what I'm seeing from these developers. Not only that, but the community is really good. As soon as you go there, you ask them a question, you get a response straight away. I actually made a joke today that they've got like 24/7 support on there. But yeah, I mean, it's amazing. I'm really surprised, and I've become bullish on them once again. So shout out to Phantasma Chain. Again, do check them out if you're interested. As you can see, this is their Twitter page here at Phantasma Chain. And if you search on my YouTube channel, you can find a few interviews with them and also videos on them. But let's move on and talk about Compound. Now, this is a DeFi project. This is actually an Ethereum, an ERC20 token, which is on the Ethereum blockchain. But why is everybody talking about them? Well, it's because they are working with decentralized finance. Their whole purpose is about loans. You can do loans, right? And I'm not going to go in depth in this specific video. I'll probably do a dedicated review on Compound because, again, this is something that people are looking up and they're not finding enough information out there on Compound to clarify it. I'm going to do a breakdown on Compound pretty soon when I get the time in a couple of days. But anything that's related with DeFi, anything that's related with loans, decentralized loans, people are just bullish on. The only concern I have with DeFi in general, and I've said this in other videos, is that you need to use the maximum amount that you can borrow as collateral in order to borrow, because there's no way that they can prove you're going to pay the crypto back, the crypto that you borrowed back, right? They cannot tie you to an ID and prove that you're the real you, who you say you are, and so on. So until there's some way to kind of, I don't know, enforce some kind of credibility that you're going to pay back your loan, then there's just no way to do it at the moment. So anytime you're using some kind of backing in order to take a loan, it cannot be more than it cannot be less than what you're borrowing, right? This is one thing that you have to get clear in your mind with regards to DeFi, decentralized finance. It's all good, it is the future, but this is how it is with loans. Now, why are people bullish on this specific token? Well, it's because they've been listed. They started off getting listed on a really crappy exchange. I'm not even going to say the name. Do check it out in the market pair section here on CoinMarketCap. But they got listed on Coinbase Pro pretty soon, and that caused a price explosion. As always, anytime something gets listed on Coinbase, it explodes in price. I'm kind of disappointed because I was expecting Ontology, for example, to get listed on there. I've been following Ontology for a long time, and I know Coinbase said that they're looking at listing them, but they've obviously ignored it, and they've listed Compound. And that's what they do. Like, Coinbase just lists whoever they want at the end of the day. They're not obliged to list who they initially say they're going to list. Now, one of the other important aspects with this specific token is the total supply. As you can see here, 10 million is the total supply. Okay, and their CEO actually said in a tweet that he wants there to be less tokens than Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is 21 million. Of course, there's less than that, or there's going to be less than that because a lot of that is lost somewhere, right, in various wallets and so on, distributed. But the circulating supply is 2.56 million, which is very, very low if you think about it. So this can cause a lot of price fluctuations. It's dangerous in that sense. I have tried to trade this, and it's difficult to trade it. I can tell you that right now, unless you're trading small amounts, very, very small amounts, like in the hundreds, so that you can get enough liquidity in case the price drops all of a sudden, because you get massive spikes, weeks up and down with Compound. So it's something to be wary of. But if you're a hodler, again, not financial advice, then you don't really care about that, right? Again, the market cap is not too big yet. It's 596 million. It may be big to some, but considering the bull run has not started yet, we're starting the bull market, but the bull run itself has not started. And who knows, maybe we may even go back into a bear market if the stuff with coronavirus continues, the pandemic in the world. Fingers crossed that things go away, right? But yeah, I really want to do a video on Compound to break this down for you, just to kind of understand what it's about. I need to do a bit more research into it as well. I did do some reading up on it, but not enough to talk about it in depth right now. Hence why I want to do a bit more research and then summarize it all for you to make it clear as daylight. And finally, I want to talk and give a shout out to Digitspin Crypto, who has actually added my YouTube channel and a few other people's YouTube channels here under the crypto YouTube show. So thank you very much for that. I want to give him a shout out. Basically a website where you can get a coin listing like CoinMarketCap with the current prices of all the cryptocurrencies, live prices, of course, as you can see here at the bottom of this page. There's also a real-time trading chart, basically like from TradingView, and you can break down the charts here to see the price. There's the exchange listing, the news. They do post news here as well, and live feeds from his YouTube channel, and so on. So there's more information here. Of course, they've got some promotions. They're trying to motivate you to trade with various exchanges and so on, as it's quite normal on these kind of websites because they need to make a living themselves too, right? But yeah, again, shout out to Digitspin Crypto. Do check them out if you're interested. Digitspincrypto.com is the website if you want to access it and check more information on them. But that was it from today's news video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to hit that like button and leave a comment letting me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.